are looking at the interface on the iPad. And to start, you will always tap on the 4, because there are always 4 boxes per team in this game. You can ignore everything else on this screen. Once you've tapped 4, you'll need to select the number of steps in your recipe. For this game, there are always 4 steps or 8 steps, and you always start with 4. Your first recipe will be 4, so you'll again tap on 4, and here you have your recipe. The 4 steps are up here, and the final answer, the correct solution, is down here on the bottom. Before you start, just check and make sure that there's a good mix of flips and swaps up here. Sometimes the recipe, because it's randomly generated, will be all flips or all swaps, which is not particularly challenging. So make sure there's a good mix. If there isn't, you can tap on the other recipe button over here, and you will get a new recipe with a new solution below. You tap as many times as you want. This is an example of a bad recipe because it is all flips. Once you have a good recipe, you will read out the steps, the players will play, and you'll check their answers down below. Once all teams have raised their hands and said done, you will check their work in the order in which they raised their hands. So you'll go to the first team that thinks they've got it, and you will check to see if their boxes match your solution here. Now this is from the player's perspective, and the red, yellow, green, and blue rectangles represent the starting positions of the pizza boxes. The circles represent the final positions of the pizza boxes, and H and T represent whether it is showing the heads, the top of the box, or tails, the bottom of the box. So in this case, the correct solution is the bottom of a yellow box, the top of a blue box, the bottom of a red box, and the top of a green box. If the first team's pizza boxes match this, then they win. If they have anything different, they do not win, and you move on to the next team to have raised their hands and said done, check their work. If they match, they win. If not, move on to the next team. When you've got a winner in a round, it's time to move on to the next one. So you will tap on Game Over. You'll select 4 boxes, as always, and now this time you're going to select a recipe with 8 steps. In this particular version of the game, you're only going to be doing 4 and 8-step recipes, and you'll alternate between the 2 of them each round. Now you've got yourself an 8-step recipe. You'll check to make sure there's enough swaps and flips in here. There seems to be a good number of both, so you will play an 8-step round. When you've got a winner, or all losers, you will move on and swap back to a 4-step round.